protecting us, coming out in the middle of the night, going into drug-infested neighborhoods, about $10 an hour, maybe $13. Starting pay is anywhere between $22,000 and $28,000.
Firefighter don't make that much start pay.
How can we expect? Now let me tell you what's wrong with this. Why am I so hard on the police and fire department? It breeds corruption. It's not healthy. We're the second largest city in the state, and we have the lowest paid fire department, and we have the lowest paid, and we can't keep anybody. This poor guy is shaking down a motorist for speed money because he's got to feed his family. Shame on us. If that guy was paid a professional salary, he wouldn't have to do that. In fact, I feel sorry. I don't think there was any mouth this hard. I just think he needs money. Fire department. I love this one. Look, two more for you. One of my friends on the sheriff's department asked one of the commissioners, swear to God, true story. He said, can't we at least get a cost of living raise? Can't we get a little more money? And the commissioner's answer was, swear to God, that's why we give you days off so you can work special. That's the answer to them. Another story came out of the fire department. You can check all this out. In December of last year, they rehabbed all the air packs, made them like brand new. The company that rehabbed the air packs, guess what? Traded them in January, 30 days later. Does that smell like there's a little something under the table? We're going to make your air packs like new, and then we're going to trade them in and sell you new air packs. So it's called double dipping. But there's no sprinkles on top. Okay, next time. CH2MD. Oh my God. If anybody should be suing anybody, CH2M Hill should be suing us. What is wrong with this picture? We complete our job ahead of schedule and under budget. So you're going to fire us. When CH2M Hill started being one of the contractors for the city, they just don't pop up a tent and go to work. They invest millions of dollars because they're going to have a 10-year contract. Everybody understand that? So they've invested millions of dollars, and listen to this. All of a sudden, politicians start shaking them down. Well, you need to use this subcontractor. You need to use that subcontractor. They don't have to go through the bidding process, but you have to use them, and you can't bail on us because you invest millions of dollars in this community. Am I lying?
No.
And guess who's getting the work? Anybody read the paper? Guess who's getting the subcontracting work? I'd like to go to the court of full disclosure, and I'd like to ask every politician to list if they have city contracts or their family has city contracts, and I want them to disclose it. You can still do it, just disclose it. Because if they get in the bid from who they knew, or they get it from who they got the job, or they just giving them to them because, you see what I'm saying? Oh my God, CH2 and Hill.
Woody, I got to add something. I'm going to scare y'all and I'm going to do it on purpose. Right now there's a CH2 and Hill brought all $500 million worth of projects that we did and upgrades that we built the system in on time or ahead of schedule and on or below budget. They created a safety culture talking about injury and most of the medical bills that you see, a lot of them are slip strips involved in the job that can be produced by safety program. CSU brought a state-of-the-art management mentality to our utility department. We're on the verge of turning the system over to the people that operate the city system and caused it and allowed it to collapse. We didn't repair the canal. There's $1.2 million in the bank right now to repair the 7th Reach, which according to the official engineering study says needs immediate attention 4 years ago. They didn't do that when the water was drawn down. We're about to return one of the finest water systems and investments we all made money in back over to the people that collapsed it before.
And now, here's the scary part. They're getting rid of CH2 and Hill, but we're at the end of the chess match. The game's almost over. Now is the time we don't need to change drivers in the race car because we're fixing to tie all this infrastructure in, and the learning curve is going to cost us millions. Why dump these guys? Well, you know, my cousin 2000 grand jury investigation said the procurement department has to go. I already told you this. Why is the procurement department still here? What are the salaries in the procurement department? And I don't know if my numbers are right, but I think the total staff salaries for the procurement department is somewhere around $600,000 for all the salaries that support the procurement department. Okay? Kathy, remember that $10,000? And then that $20,000 is $100,000, now it's $1 million, now it's $2 million. Well, let's just say we eliminate the procurement department. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to privatize it. We're going to save $600,000. I hope my number's right, but I'm giving a big disclaimer, I don't know. And we're going to get companies in there that are bribe-proof, that are allegation-free. There's been allegation smoke circling around the procurement department for years. Now, how much is our shortfall? I've already saved you $4 million, $3 million. How much is our shortfall? Next slide, please.